good day. Here are the topics for today, and I hope this topic is very well known as the intestinal worms. Intestinal worms is very known to our children, our kids. Why? Because children upon in the living area which is very dirty, they can catch many organisms that they are infected like the intestinal worms.
Human get worms too. Lots of them. So what are these parasites inside us? So worms are some of the least loved creature in this planet. From earthworms to the parasite that live inside of us. They just seem creepy, crawly, and slimy. But as disgusting as they are, we've involved with them, and getting rid of them completely might just make us sick. But first, let's talk about how these parasite worms do harm to our bodies. So, pinworms, a small intestinal parasite, which the Journal of Dermatology says 30% to 50% of the world has, doesn't often cause serious illness but can cause some uncomfortable itching when it comes out of your anus to lay eggs. Okay, we get tapeworms, another intestinal parasite that sneaks into our bodies when we eat undercooked beef or pork. They cause stomach pains, nausea, and weight loss. Hookworms latch onto the inside of your intestines and suck out the blood, which can lead to anemia, slower cognitive group, and malnutrition. And whipworm, which inhibit infection, cause intestinal problems like diarrhea and dysentery. So yet probably the most dreaded worm is the nasty gonorrhea worm, a worm so heinous that President Jimmy Carter led the fight to eliminate it in 1986. So when Carter's quest first began, there were around 3.5 million cases in the world. Last year, there were only 22, so pretty successful campaign. The worms typically get into your body by drinking contaminated water. Horrifically, the worms will later crawl out of your skin, typically in the legs. It can take days to pull them out. So when leaving the body, the wounds they create can sometimes lead to deadly infection. So I agree with Jimmy Carter and say good riddance to these guys. But how do our bodies not get rid of them? So I mean, humans evolved with some of these parasites of at least 10,000 years according to a study published in the journal Science Translational Medicine. We might even have a symbiotic relationship with them. They scratch our backs, we scratch theirs, or more like we give them a home and food, they calm down or our immune system. So seriously, their evidence one study published in the journal Nature found that some parasitic worms actually change our immune system. And according to the book, the type immune response and health in disease, several studies in mice show that the parasitic worms suppress the immune system. So they promote certain population of regulatory cells in the body called Tregs and B regulatory cells. So these cells play important roles in reducing the severity of autoimmune diseases and allergic inflammation. So by demanding down the immune system, the worms won't be attacked, while at the same time, the mice get break from allergies and other autoimmune diseases. As for how parasitic worms affect humans, well, that's more complicated because infected human with parasitic worms doesn't seem like the fundamental of a study, but didn't stop one guy. So a case study published in journal Science Translation Medicine found that one person voluntarily infected himself with human whipworm and claim and claimant successfully treated his ulcerative. So basically, the worms lowered uncomfortable but gut inflammation and promoted mucus production, which is important for healing. One of the authors of the paper told NPR that other studies suggest parasites keep the immune system in check and prevent it from going wild and attacking healthy tissue. While that just one guy, another recent study published in the Journal of Allergy and Clinical Immunology found that hookworms reduce the symptoms of celiac diseases. Another autoimmune disease. So while parasitic worms seem pretty nasty, okay, they are really nasty and have caused a lot of harm. Maybe by keeping our immune system in check so they can continue to live inside of us, they actually give us a little benefit too.
In order to be healthy this time of pandemic, you need to have a balanced diet because this will help you to boost your immune system and this will help you to fight the COVID-19 virus. So this includes eating lots of fruits and vegetables, and also don't forget to keep yourself hydrated throughout the day and make sure that you are taking care of yourself with proper nutrition, and also engage yourself with different physical activities or exercises in order for you to maintain a healthy lifestyle and cope up with stress. And lastly, always follow the minimum health standards and have a proper hygiene.
Okay, how to be healthy in this time of pandemic? Para sa akin, magiging malusog ang iyong katawan sa palagiang pagkain ng prutas at gulay. Kasi ang prutas at gulay ay nagtataglay ng mga vitamins. Siyempre, kailangan mo ding alagaan ang iyong katawan. Hindi lang kain lang ng kain. Siyempre, nandyan na yung proper diet. Pero dapat, mabusog ka pa rin ng mga malusog na prutas, which is rich in vitamin C. Kailangan natin yan. At isa pa, kailangan din natin na mag-exercise kahit every morning. Kasi para ma-circulate yung blood sa ating katawan. At syempre, yung nutrients tsaka vitamins ng araw is mapunta sa atin.